Hey guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you the best routines to flick in Valorant in the practice range. So before I give you the routines, I actually want to tell you guys why flicking is going to be important. So flicking is something that it's a type of aiming that you shouldn't purposely go for, but having good flicks is good because sometimes whenever you push into an area or whenever someone's pushing, they'll be on a place on your screen where you have to flick to them. So if you don't practice flicking, there's a very good chance you won't hit a good, you won't like instantly flick to them. You're gonna probably, try to flick to them, and you're gonna like miss. So that's why we want to practice flicking. That's why flicking is important. So this is gonna be kind of similar to the counter strafing. We're gonna have basically two different methods in this one though. So basically, you can flick from. What you have to understand is you can flick from 4 different directions, main directions, and then you can flick diagonally as well. So when you practice flicking, we're gonna want to focus on a few things. We're gonna practice on flicking up, down, right, left, and then also how far we flick from, and at what speed are we trying to flick. So I'm just gonna show you. I would go for like 10 kills with each like direction. So like 10 up flicks like this. So that's 3, but I would go to 10, and then I would do down. So I'll just do 3 instead of 10, but you should do 10 or 20 or however many you want to do until you feel like your flicks have improved. So now we go right. Again, we can go farther if we really want to, but you're less likely going to flick from that far in an actual game. No, I would go a range like about this if you're starting, and you'll miss quite a few, but that's normal. I miss as well because flicking is not easy. Then we go left. Like that, perfect. So you see different distances make it harder as well. This is a really weird angle. And then we can also practice diagonal flicks if we really want. So this is kind of this is like a combination of going up and going right. So if you practice your up and your right, you should be able to go like this pretty well. So this is one way that we can practice it. Again, make sure that we're try to remain consistent with how like the range. You can see the range from here to here. I'm trying to remain consistent with that range. If I want to go farther, that's fine. I wouldn't go. You can go short. This is fine. If you want to do really short flicks, that's actually pretty good. It's easier to start with as well. So if you're trying to get into the habit of flicking, you can practice doing little short flicks like this. So moving on to another way that we can do this, if you don't want to go out there to practice on those guys, we can just click practice. I would come up here, so it makes it a little easier for you guys, because if you're farther away, it's definitely a little bit harder. So we start here. We can go for little tiny flicks if we want. Remember, again, we have 4 main directions, up, down, left, right. So we're going to try to practice all those. And the way that these bots spawn is useful for you. So you place your crosshair in the middle, flick left, right, and then if you want to do up, down, you can do that as well. Flicking down for me is definitely the hardest. Also, you're not going to be flicking down as much as you'll flick left, right, or up. Unless you're on high ground, you have to flick down, but you should be expecting to flick down at that point. So these are the 2 main methods. I'll go ahead and shoot a few more here, just for the sake of the video. So it is very okay. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. It is very okay to miss whenever you do this. You can, again, try different ranges if you like, but generally, the farther you are away from enemies, the less you should try to like flick like this, just because it's gonna be significantly harder to do. But you still can, as you see, and especially with the Vandal, might have been better to use for this video, but since I'm one-tapping, see, it's much harder to hit those guys, whereas if I'm up here, I'm gonna have a much easier time. Kind of addicting, honestly. So yeah, you guys practice that. This is again good for unexpected enemies on your screen that show up like at far distances. So say like I'm walking up to site on icebox or something, and then someone peeks me from rafters, and I'm looking on site, so I want to like flick, or I'm looking lower site, so I need to flick up instead of, you know, just whiffing. So that's why flicking is useful. There's also other scenarios why it's useful. You can just aim like that. You know, if you place your crosshair in the middle of where two enemies can peek from. A good example is if you op bind B long. You know they can peek far away or lower close to the wall, so you place your crosshair in the middle, and you can flick up and down like that. So that's another reason you might want to practice flicking. Flicking with the op, flicking with the marshal, these sort of things. This is hard for me. I think my sense might be off. It definitely is, because I changed my normal sense, so I need to change this, because I never use, I don't really snipe that much, but, yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.